Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything.
Welcome to Sega Sports NHL All-Star Hockey. I'm Marv Albert, along with Steve Gallagher.
It's hockey season once again, and what better way to celebrate than by breaking out your Sega Saturn and playing some NHL All-Star Hockey from 1995, which features the Hartford Whalers. Let's bring it. It's the Whalers versus the Penguins, and look at that beautiful mullet. Jaromir Jagr. You could always grow a great one.
Civic Arena. Tonight's starting lineups are Pittsburgh Penguins.
All right, NHL All-Star Hockey on the Sega Saturn, and if there's any doubt this game is from the mid-90s, let me put your fears at ease. Oh, it burns. All I remember from the mid-90s, I don't remember much from the mid-90s. I vaguely remember there being two of everything. Anyway, this reeks of 1994-95 era music and graphics, but also it's that one time in history that'll never happen again between the beautiful glory days of old school 2D hockey games like Blades of Steel and NHL 91 and wow, and just when I thought this song couldn't get any worse, I forgot about the rapping part.
714, wise, divine, maniac, brainiac, winning the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James.
If Jesse James were a really bad rapper, let's never hear that again. Okay, look, this is that interesting time period between the late 80s and early 90s and the modern era of hockey games like NHL 14, unless you're watching this in the future when you're hopefully playing NHL 2084. With robotic Jagr versus the brain people from Robotron. Although it is likely Jagr will still be playing by then. That guy's a machine. Now I'll get to the gameplay in a moment, but this is an early release for the Saturn from Gray Matter and Sega Sports. That's not a great hockey game, but tried a lot of things that were innovative at the time. Like faking your shots, which is easily confused with actually shooting the puck. In fact, half the time your guy never shoots. What's most impressive is that they were trying to do what I think we all take for granted now, full motion video and audio to make it seem like you're watching hockey on TV, except in 1995 this was all brand new. At the time, simple video cutscenes were amazing when viewed on a home game system. Which means for future people, they're just cheesy and hilarious.
Sometimes I think the only kind of check you guys know is a paycheck. When an opponent is skating along the boards, don't wait for him to skate around you. This ain't the civil service. Use your body to take him out of the play. Remember that old saying, when the tough get going, the going gets tough.
Wow, they should show those during actual hockey game intermissions because they're amazing. Just like this picture, the problem with this game is the controls. They don't work very well. The game doesn't really play the way that you want it to. Like, you point one direction and things go the other direction. Every check results in a player falling down, so you're never standing long enough to actually do anything, which makes setting up plays pretty much impossible, so scoring is entirely luck. There's no feeling to the controls whatsoever. You can pass, you can shoot, but aiming is frequently way off, and the computer AI is downright terrible, so you have to turn off offsides, because even though these are professional hockey players, they've never heard of the rule. They'll just hang out by the other player's net and wait for a pass. The only way to score is by pulling off plays, and that's nearly impossible when your other players don't know how to play the game. I can't tell you how many times I would see a puck sitting right next to one of my players, and they would just skate away from it.
Winnipeg. Goal scored by number 13, Teemu Selanne.
Coach Jacques Lebouche should beat them with a hockey stick for that.
This is not the time to sit back on your honchos. Next period, come out flying 114%. Because in hockey, things can change very fast.
Très bien, you tell him, Jacques. Tanks can change very fast. As a hockey fan, I would love that guy as my team's head coach just to hear him do press conferences. Now, I'm not going to let this game go without giving it credit where credit is due. You get multiple camera angles, which was impressive in 1995. Also, I think the designers put together an excellent audio mix to make it seem like you were at the game using the Sega Saturn's newfangled CD sound. I mean, check this out.
Attention fans, there is a little boy named Lionel who's lost. Will his parents please report to security?
At one point in Pittsburgh, I was informed that the hot dogs at the Civic Arena are now all beef hot dogs, leading me to question what they were made from before.
9, Adam Graves.
I think this one would have been impressive in 1995. It's got a lot of style, and these days it's fun to revisit the old teams and players. I mean, you'll never see the Winnipeg Jets again. And you've got to give this one credit for being ambitious and packing a few, perhaps unintentional laughs. So a big classic game room shout out and thank you all the way to Mohammed in Qatar once again. Thank you, Mohammed, for sending it to the show. Because now I have that horrible song ringing in my ears for all eternity.
I'm the lyrical Jesse James.
Cordon bleu. More checks are bouncing in this game than at my bank.